Sparky here, back for another episode of Fix My Crappy Cab. Well, here's the next candidate in line. It is a Gottlieb Pink Panther. Got this from a buddy of mine. We're going to restore it for him. And it's a pretty solid cab. I mean, it doesn't get much solider than this. You know, it's really...
What a dork.
Yeah. Alright. Well, the job just got more complex. I'm just kidding. Well, as you can see, the front coin door panel was pretty much damaged heavily. Kind of flaking, you know. So, the only thing actually holding it in place were these two small corner brackets up top. So this cab had been splitting for quite some time. And we're going to replace this panel. I got a piece of a birch cut, 3/4 inch ply, very, very solid stuff. I'm going to use a locking miter router bit to recreate the same pattern that they used to build the cabinets on these guys. Now the side plywoods are actually in very good shape, so that's a lot of trouble saved at this point. Some gouges a bit here and there, but nothing a bit of Bondo can't fix. Once we get the new panel in place, she's going to be as good as new. And it's a good thing also that this panel is kind of somewhat intact around the center, so I'll be able to use this as a template to build the new panel. I already had it cut, I just need the holes for the coin door, which is actually in good shape, and also for the shooter rod. We're also going to use some pine to cut corners to hold up the leg bolts, the leg bolt plate. We're not going to go all the way up to here like the original one used to do. We're probably going to go like maybe halfway, and then use steel brackets screwed in to make sure it's nice and tight, doesn't move anymore. Mind you, like this panel lasted 30-something years, so I figure, you know, if we reinforce it, it'll give it more life. It's not going to get roughed up where it's going anyways. So this is a complete cabinet restoration, but here's the thing. I mean, how pathetic can this be? I mean, I'm not a marketing expert, but whoever decided to do this has got to be the laziest bastard on earth. I mean, it's a Pink Panther cab. It's a great theme. You can't go wrong. I mean, everybody loves the Pink Panther. It's got a hot chick on the back glass. Woohoo! But a back glass actually in the house. I'm going to be restoring that as well. But if you look at the cabinet, I mean,
ugly motherfucker.
like I told the owner, so listen, I could spend just as much time reproducing this stuff. This is actually a sticker, to be honest. I mean, that's awful. And then just these goofy lines and the kind of shadowy pinball here. I think the only thing going for this cab is it's a dark blue with the lighter blue, this color of blue, like spackled everywhere. It makes a nice little cab, but I mean, it's just crappy graphics. So I told the owner, listen, it's going to take me just as much time to reproduce this as it is to make custom graphics. And if anybody of you have seen that Pink Panther back glass, it's kind of like an old school kind of Londonish city in the background, dark blue. So what we're going to do is we're going to do like a cobblestone design on this machine to make it look like a city, maybe with a lamppost like designed in it. So it's going to be light blue for the center of the stones, dark blue for all the contours like shadowing. And then there's going to be word Pink Panther, basically the same pattern as on the back glass on the sides of the cabinet. And maybe for good measure we'll put a couple of Pink Panther decals here because they're readily available on eBay and all that. I'm not going to start reproducing very thin graphics. It's going to be very time consuming, and we're still on a budget for this cab. So it's going to be a complete cab fix, a new panel. I'm going to sand the interior of this pretty good, clean it all up. I got my gloves on. I swear to God, this thing is really nasty. I mean, even go as far as, see these transformers are kind of rust in the outside. I have some cast iron paint that can be used to kind of clear that up. And just clean everything up in there. The back box also needs a bit of work. Well, a lot of work. The steel angles used for sheetrock that are holding it together on one side here. A couple of steel angles. So we're going to reinforce it from the inside so as you see the outside is going to look very clean. Also, I'll show you the playfield. It's actually right here. Let me grab the camera. So I'm going to turn the angle here so you can get a better view of it. So the playfield is actually very decent. It's been covered with a varathane not so long ago. It's keeping it from being damaged, but it's really got like a kind of a matte kind of finish to it a bit, not that clear. So we're going to be rough sanding this a bit, and then putting on a nice automotive clear on this to make it all nice and shiny, and then put it back in the cabinet. So it's going to be really, really nice. As for the apron here, I'm just going to remove these old operator stickers and kind of just clean that out, and just buff it and actually wax it with a car wax, so it'll be nice and shiny on this level. Just a little advice, don't go scrubbing too hard on these old aprons. This paint will actually just wipe right off up to a certain point. So if you're going to use a wax or a cleaner, make sure you don't use something that's too harsh to remove a decal, because the paint will come off with it. Alright, so I'll be chronicling what I do with this machine from start to finish. I'll also do a video on the back glass. This machine actually has a center where there's a jewel on the back glass, which is translucent paint. It's not as opaque as the rest of the back glass that lets the light shine through, but it's almost transparent, to be honest. I'm going to show you how to use some stained glass paint to paint up all those areas. I've actually done it already, and it looks fantastic. So stay tuned. I'll be posting a lot more videos on how to fix certain things, how to remove side rails. Just stay put and keep your eye on the YouTube screen, and I'll have more videos for you shortly on this. Alright, I'll catch you guys later.
Swamp gas my ass.